Hello, goodbye Fire Tribe. This is Terez Firewoman with hashtag Human Nature Monday. And today I am so incredibly happy to get to be out on an actual trail. I am over at Lake Rogers Park. It's a Hillsborough County park. It's a cute little local regional place, but it has an actual trail. And even though I've had the opportunity to do, because it's been raining in Florida so much. And thank God for rain. Rain is amazing. We want to send lots of rain to the west coast of the United States. Send some rain over to help our friends in California and Washington, Oregon, etc. for sure. But out here, it has made it a little bit more of a challenge to actually get out and do a little trail running here. Let's do any hiking. But today, even though it's overcast, etc., the weather is amazing. It's dry at the moment, but you know what? I decided I didn't care what the weather was gonna do. In my backpack right here, I've got my little rain poncho. I've got an umbrella, so I don't care. I just needed some real trail time. I love the paved trails, don't get me wrong, they're fabulous. It's still a nice way to get to connect with nature. But when you're a hiker, there's just this different vibe about actually being out on a trail, where there's dirt beneath your feet, where there are these amazing, where you're surrounded. Look at this. So loving this. But just being surrounded by these beautiful trees, just being immersed in this environment. It's like nature is hugging, you know, I feel like nature is hugging me. I feel like nature is saying, welcome home. Because this, my friends, this is what's real. This, there's no question about what this is. There's ground beneath my feet. There's beauty all around me. Life is continuing. All of this evidence of life. All of this evidence of things continue to flourish all around me. This is what's real. Just saw an episode on Netflix. I'm trying to recall what it was about, but it's a brand new series that was just introduced. It's not even a series. It's just it's a one-off as far as I know. But it's about how social media is actually engineered to be addictive, to give little cues to our brains that we become psychologically dependent upon it. That there are things, it's like giving the child a cookie every time the child does what you want the child to do. It's kind of set up that way. And you know, anyone who knows anything about marketing and advertising, that ideally, that is really what marketing and advertising is designed to do, is to get you engaged and to grab your interest. And you know, and that's okay. But it was a really nice wake up for me to be very mindful when I get onto any kind of social media. To remember that that's not real life. That is just a perception of life. That is, and in a lot of cases, there are things that are absolutely, completely fabricated, that are made to look like the real deal. And because if someone saw it on Facebook, or it was shared, or someone, you know, like shared something on Twitter, whatever, we just take it as reality. And it's like, wow, just because it's in front of you and somebody is saying something, then it's real? Guys, opinions are real. Ideas are real. Always to that individual. But you, all of us, especially right now, need to be strong enough to determine what is real for you. That if you see a message of some kind and it doesn't jive with you, look further. do a little bit more digging, especially if it's something that really matters to you, especially if it's something that contradicts kind of your core beliefs of what feels good and right to you. Sometimes it is an upgrade to our belief system, and it is something that is worth changing. But I just want to encourage you guys today to be more mindful about how you are, where you're giving your time, where you're giving your attention, where you're giving your focus. This right here for me, this right here, this reminds me of the big picture of life. That there is so much more to life than how many likes I'm getting on any post that I put out there, how many viewers I'm getting, even like here on YouTube, whatever. That this is reality. That there is always a big picture in place. That allowing ourselves some time to experience true life, beauty, not just a description of true life, not just a description of beauty, but being here, being in this, walking in this, experiencing this. Life is meant to be experienced, not just reading about something and not just watching someone else that someone else is doing. And I know that even me doing this right now, you are watching something that someone else is doing. But my purpose in creating this series, especially the Human Nature Monday series, I could easily have just continued to observe this tradition just for me, not shared it with anyone, but still done this for my own soul and my own sense of well-being. But I do this to encourage you guys also to remember that there's so much more to life than what's on this screen in front of you. That there is so much beauty to be found around you. That getting a chance to breathe some fresh air, actual real fresh air that's not in a freaking mall or in a parking lot or whatever, real fresh air, and getting to be outside, it just does something for your soul and your body and your spirit. So, I know I'm preaching. That's my journey. This is one of the things that work for me. It may or may not work for you, and that's okay. But I just want to put the ideas out there. Just want to show you, my friends, that you can reconnect with the circle of life. And however you do that, to remember what is truly real for you, not just an interpretation of someone else's interpretation of reality being presented to you, but you being strong enough in who you are to embrace what works for you and what is real for you. And to be mindful as you walk this path of life, especially during these crazy times right now. When you become more conscious and aware and you choose your path and you choose to remember who you really are, that, my friends, is living life on